Alrighty, there we are. I have already made a sort of a save point where we can start. From what I can see, it is the very first choice in Fuuko's route that we need to make differently from so far. And that is to help Nagisa in this instance, and instead of making her do it alone. So let's see where that goes. But you know, I decide to speak up. I won't join the club, but I can at least help you find people who will. Her eyes open wide and she looks at me. Yeah, I promise. I'll do everything I can to help you out until you become a wonderful club president. Aww. Hey Kimev, how you doing? Alright. What am I happy about? I just promised to spend a bunch of my time helping out the drama club. At the time of year when everyone's busy cramming for entrance exams. No. I'm more like her than them anyway. Even the bystander detached and watching from afar. Sorry, ever the bystander. Hey Beatrice! How you doing? No. Wouldn't it be great if something like half of the school joined the drama club? I think that would be a bit overwhelming, man. What the hell are you saying? Exactly. Oh. Well, it's always a good idea to set your sights high, so let's pretend that's our goal. You can do it, Furukawa-san. It's my first time calling her by that name. No, actually, it's time for Fuuko's route. And I'm told that for this route, I need to help Nagisa on this day. So that's what I'm doing. That's where I'm starting. This is the very first time we come by this choice and we choose to help her. So that's why I wanted to start here so we can see the interactions. Like, yeah. Let's see how this goes then.
Hi.
Okay, now we can keep skipping stuff. Sorry that I have to put you through this. Okay, what's next? Maybe I should go. I'm standing in front of the drama club room. Ah, I'm back here again. Do I really feel that much of a sense of responsibility? I'm even ignoring my schoolwork. So why am I going to these lengths? I hear the pitter-patter of footsteps and turn around. Furukawa is heading in my direction in a half-run.
Okazaki-san!
I hear joy in her voice as she says my name. She trots up and stands beside me.
びっくりしました。誰かいるって思ったら、岡崎さんでした。
Geez, sorry to disappoint.
違います。違う人を期待してたわけじゃないです。岡崎さんでよかったです。
Aww.
知ってる人が待ってくれてるなんて思わなかったですから。すごく嬉しくて走ってきてしまいました。
I see. While I may be cold and insensitive to her, I'm the one person she can talk to.
今から何かしますか?
Well, I opened the door. They're identical to a certain point. Oh, interesting. Well, we're doing it now, and I guess we will skip this part when we get to Nagisa. The floor is carpeted with strewn cardboard boxes and equipment. I guess we can start by cleaning.
ですよね。まず、物をどかさないといけないです。
Yep. We carry the stuff into a different empty classroom, then get cleaning supplies from yet another empty classroom before finally getting to work. We dust the place, sweep it with a broom, then wipe it down with cloths. As the setting sun starts to beam into the room, it's finally in good enough shape to use for club activities. That looks nice. I guess this is good enough?
はい。
Furukawa's eyes gleam as they survey the area.
できました。私たちの部室です。
Our room? I'm not a club member, you know?
お
Her expression suddenly changes, tears forming along the bottom of her now glassy eyes. But this is one thing I have to make crystal clear. The most I'm going to do is help you find club
演
members.
劇、楽しいです。
I don't have any interest in them.
本当に、 んですか？
Yeah, sorry, I don't.
うん
A look of depression washes over her face. I've never done anything that would have suggested a shred of interest to begin with. Listen, Furukawa,
はい。
I'll find people in no time. Just leave it to me.
いえ、そういう問題じゃなくて、岡崎さんにいてほしいと思っただけです。何人集まろうとです。
Well, I'm happy that you feel that way, but... Well, I'll think about it. How's that? I leave the issue vague.
はい、お願いします。
Yeah, my role here ends with gathering new club members. Once I do that, she'll have lots of people at school to talk to, and then... She definitely won't need to cling to me any longer. That's as far as I'll meddle in her life. The two of us walk down the hill and barely any other students in sight. A small part of me doesn't want to go home. No, a big part actually. I'm pretty hungry.
はい、着きました。
I'd sure like to get something
食
to
べ
eat.
たいです。
Do you want to go eat somewhere? I try inviting her.
外食ですか？
Yeah, sounds wild and dangerous, right?
でも、私は家に帰ってご飯作るお手伝いをしないとダメなんです。
Forget
お
about that.
母さんだけに任せておけないですから。
She says the words and smiles. She must not mind doing it at all. Her actions are enough to show me that her home is probably a warm, loving one.
岡崎さんは家でご飯食べないんですか？
There's nothing to eat even if I did go home.
あ
That sounds so sad. The silence lingers for a moment, heavy with implications.
その
She tries to say something to salvage the conversation, but I tell her before she does. My old man's doing fine. My mom isn't around though.
じゃあそのお父さんと晩ご飯食べないんですか？
Yeah, kinda hard to really, seeing as we're fighting all the time. I describe the situation in that way to make it easier to understand. I doubt anyone would truly get how terrible the situation is at this point. I'm the only one who does.
何かあったんですか？
Yeah, a lot. So much that it can't be undone. She falls silent, seemingly worried that she's taken the conversation in an awkward direction. It's no big deal though, that's just how single-father households are. In fact, it would be kinda weird if two guys lived that close and were friendly with each other. I tack some comments on it in an attempt to smooth things over.
そうですか。でもどこかで
She puts her hands together in front of her chest.
喧嘩していてもどこかで通じ合っていればいいです。
She comes to her conclusion. Yeah. I take a breath, filling my lungs and collecting my thoughts. It's strange. Why did I just tell her so much about my family stuff?
もし迷惑でなければ晩ご飯ご招待します。
Maybe it was because I was waiting to hear those words. I just wanted to get as far away from my house as possible. Are you sure that's alright?
構わないです。私の友達って言えば快く迎えてくれます。
I see. They really must be a happy family. While I hesitate for a moment at the thought of barging into someone else's place, I'm even more reluctant to go back to my own house. So rather than being modest, I decide to take part in their meal.
ここからまっすぐ行くと公園があって、その正面にパン屋があります。
Okay,
そのパン屋がうちです。
got it.
それではうちで待っててください。すぐ私も戻りますので。
Okay, see you there.
はい。
She says after I grab the back of her collar. Hold on. Why are we splitting up here first?
ダメでしょうか？
Well, yeah, kinda. I mean, if you're not around to introduce me to your parents, I can just traipse into your place. They'll think I'm just some sketchy dude calling himself your friend.
大丈夫です。制服着てますから。
You're missing the point. Well, it'd be even weirder if your parents let a stranger right into their house, and we all started watching TV together like one big happy family.
だから自信があるんです。うちの家族はそういうことを気にしないです。
Hey, how are you?
不気味じゃないです。とても自然に接してくれます。
That's pretty nuts. What kind of family are they? I can't even imagine. I look up to the sky. Oh no. When I look back down, she's already far away, facing me and waving. She is off. Bye. She calls out the words from a distance, then leaves. I'm left all alone. You're sick. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you'll get better soon. She really is ignorant about how society works, isn't she? I'm now keenly aware of this fact. I guess I'll buy a box lunch again and head to Sunohara's room. Aww, I turn around and head back as I mutter under my breath. But then my legs stop. What would she do if I disappeared right now? She'd probably go look for me. I've gotten myself into a rather sticky situation here, haven't I? I feel irritated all of a sudden. Irritated at myself for getting into this mess in the first place. I am trying to do Fuuko's route, actually. So that's the goal. Nothing would have happened if I hadn't done anything. Ah, damn it. I shake my head, snap out of it. Yeah, I just have to do what she told me. I need to be as natural as possible. If I am, then everything will go off without a hitch. And if that's the case, I won't have to regret today. All that'll happen is I'll eat dinner at her house, then head home. Nothing more, nothing less. Fuuko's your favorite? Ah, she's my favorite too! I've been very excited for this, so yes. Good. That's what I'll do. I pivot on my heel and start walking once more, further thinking about how to turn this unnatural predicament into a natural one. So this is the place, huh? I see a bakery immediately across the street from the park. The billboard says Furukawa bread. What a plain-looking store. Its glass door is half closed, but a brilliant light pours out from it like a knocked-over soda without a cap. Aww, that's okay. It's alright. Even if he writes it like that, it's okay. We understand what he means. That's or like what they mean. Sorry, I don't mean to assume anything. Yeah, it's alright. So its glass door is half closed, but the brilliant light pours out from it like a knocked-over soda without a cap. They seem to be still open. Okay, it's alright. Still perfectly fine. Even so, it feels hard to walk in. Do any customers other than regulars come here? If I was someone looking to buy bread, I'd probably look elsewhere, even if it meant going further down the road. But today, I'm here because Furukawa invited me. My only option is to go in. I step through the door and enter inside. Finally get inside! I'm excited! This isn't even what I'm here for, but this is nice. I like it. No one's here. Hey yo! I try saying something, but don't get anything in reply. So they've just left it unattended? In that case, someone could help themselves to as much food as they wanted. I look at the different kinds of bread lined up on the shelves. There's a lot left. What are they gonna do with all this? Though it's already quite late, the trays are covered in bread. They look like they taste good. You know, I think I'll help myself to a sample. Okay. That's a bit of a jump. I take one off a tray. But as I bring it to my mouth, I notice something off. My hand stops. There's something in this. Suddenly, I hear a voice come from behind. I turn around in shock, only to find a woman standing right in front of me. Judging by the apron she's wearing, she probably works here. Could she be Furukawa's mom? She seems pretty young to be, if that's the case. How much is it? Lucky for me. There's a concept behind the bread. Huh? So I'll feel calm if I eat this? I don't really understand, but I try eating it anyway. It's defeated me, at the very least.
名付けておせんべいパンです。
Rice cracker bread. Exactly as advertised, I see.
お子様からご年配の方まで幅広く愛されそうですよね。
I'd expect a broad outpouring of disgust for them, to be frank. That's so mean. I think my lol is making her anxious.
ダメでしょうか。
She asks me with fear in her voice. Yeah, I'm gonna give this to you straight. No one would ever buy this.
何が悪いんでしょう。ネーミングでしょうか。ネーミングに関しては自信ないです。どうしましょう。ボリボリ言うからボリボリパンとかパキパキパンの方がいいですか。
パキパキ。May I?
はい、なんでしょう。
I think the problem is more fundamental than
は
that.
い。
Where you went wrong was having the idea of putting rice crackers in bread in the first place.
でも美味しいですよね。
I'm saying this because it isn't. Tears begin to well up in her eyes, then she turns around and runs away. Hey, what's wrong with you? Are you a child or something? The store is empty once again. I just stand there dumbfounded and alone. Guess the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. I can't help but think of the saying. What kind of family environment is this exactly anyway? I gradually start to feel more and more uneasy. I hope that her dad is normal at least.
おいおい、なんてことしてくれんだよ、てめえ。
I hear a menacing voice call out from behind me. I turn to face it. This time I see a man with a threatening expression staring at me. Don't tell me, is this her dad? He's young, just like her mom. He seems like a teenage delinquent that aged, but never managed to grow up.
おめえな、うまいうまいって食ってりゃいいんだよ。それが義理だろ、人情だろ。
That's not something I do for someone I'm meeting for the first time.
真実ってのはいつも過酷なもんだからな。てめえ、それをまんま突きつけちゃかわいそうだろ。お前だって突然自分の親から、実はあなたは橋の下で拾った子供なの。ちったブルーになるだろう。だから、あいつのパンはうまいって言っておけ。おい、返事はどうした？客だからといって他人面させねえぞ。
I don't know. I feel a little bit conflicted on this because I don't think lying to her would be alright because it would encourage her down a weird wrong path. But at the same time, there are more tactful ways to tell the truth. You could have just said, you know, I don't feel that rice cracker really goes well with bread because their textures are so different. It creates a weird conflict, like when you eat it, right? So you could have explained it that way. But he says something like, you were wrong from the very moment you had the idea to put rice crackers into bread. And that is just, it is quite harsh, even though it is the truth. But, you know.
ここら一帯の住民はあいつのパンをうまいと言って食う。これは暗黙の了解だ。掟だ。法律だ。
This is absurd.
守れよ。じゃねえとしばくぞこら。
What kind of ridiculous home have I walked into?
今日もよく余ってんな。
The man grumbles as he walks around the store. He starts grabbing bread off trays and stuffing them into plastic bags in front of me.
なんじゃこら。一つしか売れてねえじゃねえか。さな。
And it's in my hands.
こいつは磯貝さん地域だな。
So he goes around sharing the leftovers with neighbors? Yeah, no one likes that guy.
くー、こいつも売れてねえな。
That would be a good time to run. I quietly do an about face and attempt to exit the store.
あ？てめえ、その制服、うちの子と同じ学校のじゃねえ？
He noticed.
おい、待てって！
That's right, I do. So what?
てめえ、渚の友達？
Yeah, you got a problem with that story?
ち、 それを早く言え。おいそれ、今夜は盛大に行くぜ。
He approaches me and grabs both of my shoulders. I'm going home. He then starts dragging me with an uncanny amount of force. Wow. There's no way I can resist. The table is absolutely covered with rows of leftover bread.
すみません、渚のお友達だったなんて。恥ずかしいです。そうと分かってたらあんな姿見せなかったんですけど。
I guess that's a frequent sight to her customers.
気にすんなさなえ。こいつは少しイカれてるんだ。
お客さんにそんなこと言ってはいけません。
You can say that again.
まあ何にしてもめでたい。こんなに早く渚が友達連れてくるなんてな。
それも男の子ですよ、秋夫さん。
なに？男だぞ？
What, are you just seeing him? Come on. Tomoya is so much more abrasive in this room for no reason. Okay, I get you. What, did he just now know?
もしかしたらボーイフレンドかもしれませんね。
こんなやさ男に渚を渡せるか。帰れ帰れ。
I don't think he's dumb. He's just... I think Tomoya had some grain of truth in the way he described him earlier. And like he looked like a delinquent that has grown but has not actually grown up, you know. I like him though. He's fun. Especially the way he dotes over Nagisa and gets upset at any sort of like perspective of like anyone even touching her with the petal of a rose. It's funny. You don't like Akio, okay. Okay, that's fine. It's your prerogative to not like him. Okay, I'll leave.
ほら、それでも男か。男なら力ずくでも奪っていくもんだろうが。
Brandish broken bottles and switchblades? What?
と言っても渡さんがな。
Which is it? Because you basically just contradicted yourself there.
さあ、ちゃんと召し上がってくださいね。
Furukawa's mom grins as she recommends different kinds of bread to
こっ
me.
ちのパンは人気あるんですよ。とても美味しいと思います。
Furukawa's dad practically burns holes right through me with his menacing stare, his eyes filled with rage and malice all the while. An unspoken rule, a code, a law. What an awful home.
ただいま帰りました。
How is this awful though?
お姫様のお帰りだ。
It's endearing the way he treats his daughter though. I like him for that. It seems like Furukawa is finally back. I'm saved. I think.
やっぱりもう仲良しになってます。
おお、任せておけ、娘よ。
渚の友達を退屈させるなんてことはしません。
All three thrust their fists out toward one another. I just stare at the scene like an idiot.
どうした？アホ面しやがって。
Oh, I just thought it'd be best if I didn't get involved in anything having to do with this family. That's all. No big deal.
すでにこの通りちょっときつめのギャグも言い合える仲だぜ。
よかったです。
Furukawa seems to be happy from the bottom of her heart. I wonder, what's with this family?
今日の晩ご飯はパンですか？
いや、これはお祝いだからな。こいつに持って帰らせりゃいい。
じゃあ材料買ってきましたから作ります。二人で仲良く待っててくださいね。
Furukawa's mom follows after her. Now I'm all alone with her dad. Ooh, it's gonna be
夕飯
fun.
はまともなもんが出る。安心しろ。
He hasn't done anything cringy. It's alright. We've seen quite a bit of him in the baseball route. I dig him. He's fun. Looks like I missed my chance to get away.
いいお肉があったのでとんかつにしました。とんかつ手抜きっぽいですけど美味しいですから。こうやって千切りのキャベツいっぱい付け合わせて一緒にソースかけて。
So this is what Furukawa normally looks like. She's speaking a lot too. It's funny how different she is when she's around her family. even this family. I must not be drawing out even half of the cheerfulness she normally has inside of her. I feel irritated. Irritated at myself for losing to this family. Then again, we've only just met. I guess our relationship is just getting started. Wait, why am I starting to feel this competitive?
うめえな。
本当ですか？よかったです。
な、若造もそう思うだろう。
そういえばお名前聞いてなかったですね。岡崎さんです。岡崎智也さん。
かあ、耳っちい名前だなおい。岡崎銀河とかにしとけ。スケールでかいだろ。
Okazaki Galaxy, what is that?
いいですね。銀河さんってお呼びしていいですか？
Of course not, my name's Tomoya.
そうしたらあれだ。名字を大宇宙にしろ。大宇宙友也。
Universe Galaxy.
これはまたでけえだろ。
いいですね。大宇宙さんと呼んでいいですか？
My name's Okazaki.
いちいちケチつけるやつだな。さなえ、いい案ないのか？
コズミック智也というのはどうでしょう？
That sounds like the name of a superhero or something.
コズミックさんと呼んでもいいですか？
I just told you it's Okazaki.
なあ、コズミック。渚の学校での生活ぶりはどうだ？
It's Okazaki. Furukawa has been laughing the entire time. I guess she realizes this is one long joke. She seems so honestly happy.
な、コスモ。
How many name changes are we up to at this point? I watch closely as the family interacts with each other.
こんなに遅くなっちゃいましたけど、よかったですか？岡崎さん？
Sorry, it just seemed strange to me
何がです？
that there were families like this. You're all so close.
そうですか？
This seems to feel absolutely normal to her. After being with them for a while, I feel uncomfortable. At the same time, I also feel a sense of frustrated embarrassment. Why is that? I was suddenly tossed into a situation where I stood out. Then I was treated like a child. What exactly was I feeling? You were feeling warmth, man. You don't know what that is. The time I just spent with Furukawa's family, the mood in there was so foreign to me. It seemed like something that it would take place on a different planet. My spirits noticeably dampen. I just want to go home and sleep on this for the night. But unfortunately, the living room. My father is sitting in a corner, his back hunched over. As I see him, I'm overcome with anger. Hey, old man. If you're gonna sleep, you should at least lie down. With nowhere to channel my emotions, I simply suppress them and calmly say the words. No answer. Either he's sleeping or he just doesn't feel like listening. I can't really tell the difference these days. Hey, Dad. I try calling him something else. He slowly raises his head and squints with his eyes open. He peers up at me. I wonder how I look in his eyes. Does he really see my face as the face of his own son?
これはまた智也くんに迷惑をかけてしまったな。
Embrace your inner geek.
Hey, thank you so much for following. I'm not sure how to read your name, so that's why I'm kind of avoiding it. I don't want to make a mess of it, but I appreciate you being there, and I hope this is enjoyable to you. TK Otel? Is that something like that? Can I call you TK or something? Something shorter? I don't know. What do you prefer? The scene before me turns red for a moment. But after that I leave as I always do. Behind me I hear an imploring voice repeating my name, with a kun attached to it. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you, TK. What did I come all the way here for? What did I plan to do once I got here? After a feeling of nostalgia hits me like a truck. Nostalgia for a kindness I knew long ago. I don't think I'd ever known something like that. And yet, despite how distant that memory is, it still feels so familiar. Like it happened only yesterday. But just a little earlier, I'd been watching on as something like that took place again right in front of me. There it is. Kindness, warmth, just a happy family. And also, like, Nagisa's family also gives me this vibe. And it did even, like, before we got to read the voice novel because I watched the anime. Just this vibe of people just embracing their inner weirdos. But, you know, weirdos with quotation marks, because they're just being themselves and they're just enjoying being themselves and taking care of each other and loving each other and making each other laugh and, you know, just experience a cozy kind of happiness. And that's beautiful, and I resonate with that, and it's one of the reasons why I do like Nagisa and her family. That's alright. If it's personal, you don't have to explain it to us. I was just like not sure how I should pronounce it because I didn't want to, you know, make you feel odd if I just butcher your name. When they treated me like a child, I returned to being a child. But all I did was feel annoyed by that.
もしよろしければ
I hear a voice right behind me. I turn back to look in its direction and see a girl. She looks like an illusion, purity itself.
あなたを
The words flow from her mouth.
あなたをお連れしましょうか
She slowly closes her eyes. This is where she's practicing? Anna?
この町の願いが叶う場所に
Oh god, I love this part so much. This is her declaration to me. This small messenger from another world. We stand there in the freezing atmosphere. And the place closest to the entrance to that world. Ah. I force myself to make a sound. My body feels as though it's been paralyzed. Yeah. My voice trembles as it answers. The girl opens her eyes. And then...
こんなところで何してるんですか
Her face returns to normal. To the one of simple purity that I know. Nothing really.
不思議です。さっき家に帰りました。
Well,
家に来ようですか
no, not really. I've calmed back down. It was just a little too early to go home.
だってもうこんな時間あ不良さんでしたね岡崎さん
A
は
delinquent. Yep, that's me.
大変そうです不良
Nah, you don't need to worry about me though. I do this because I want to, remember? Yeah, no problem.
でも暇そうです
I'll still be here for like another hour and a half or something like that. What about you, Furukawa? Are you out shopping
い
again?
え
She immediately replies in the negative.
演劇の練習です
Alright, take care. Yeah, she's practicing. I see, that makes sense.
いつも夜の公園で練習してるんです
This late at night, isn't that, you know, dangerous?
今日はちょっと遅かったですいつもはもっと早いですだから大丈夫ですそれで戻ってきたら岡崎さんがいましたからちょっと演技見てもらいました
Aww. Okay, so she did it with intention. Okay, cool, cool,
何
cool.
か感想もらえると嬉しいです
Well, if that was all a performance, then it's definitely worthy of praise. But I can't find the words to praise her with. Hurry up and go home.
明日は学校休むと思います
It's a joke, stupid. Don't act so devastated.
岡崎さん冗談がきついです
Yeah, he is kind of being a bit...
涙出てきました
She starts wiping the edges of her eyes with her finger. Oh, sweetie. Just like a small child.
岡崎さんまだ帰らずにどこか行くんですか
Nope, gonna stay out a while longer.
明日また遅刻します
Yeah, maybe. But that's fine. I'm a delinquent after all.
それは本当にそうなんですか今も信じられないです岡崎さん全然不良の人っぽくないです
That's just how some of us delinquents
お
are.
父さんと喧嘩してるってそう言いました。
Yeah, I did.
それと関係ないですか？お父さんと顔を合わせると喧嘩になるから、お父さんが寝静まるまで外を歩いて。
She sees right through him. Just like that, just slash.
それで遅刻多くなって、みんなから不良って噂されるようになって。違いますか？
What a sharp girl. Either that or I said too much about my personal life that it was easy to guess all of that. You're wrong. I don't confirm it for her. I want to look cool, calm, collected.
本当に違いますか？
We barely know each other. I'm shocked you're able to come up with all of that.
できます。そうさせるのは岡崎さん自身ですから。きっと何か理由があるんだって、そう思いました。
Even if that was the case, what were you gonna do about it? I try asking her.
岡崎さんは私を勇気づけてくれた人ですから。だから私も力になりたいです。勇気をあげたいです。
The courage to face off against my old men?
それはダメです。立ち向かったりしたら。
How?
それはとても時間のかかることです。
Yeah, I bet it does. We're just kids. I look far off into the distance. Above the roofs of the houses in town, the night clouds shine dimly from the light of the moon.
もしよければ私の家に来ますか？
Furukawa's voice breaks my trance. It must be the proposal she came up with after struggling to think of something in the last few
少
moments.
し距離を置いてお互いのこと考えるといいと思います。お二人は家族です。だから距離を置けば絶対に寂しくなるはずです。そうすれば相手を好きだったことを思い出して、
She is a little bit naive in this, I would
次
say.
会った時にはゆっくりと話し合うことができると思います。
But I see where she is coming from. Like, she is pushing towards, you know, each of them having the space to process their own emotion and then communicate openly and stuff. It's just Okazaki is a little bit too far down the road he's taken to be willing to go through those lengths.
それにちゃんと夜になったら寝られて、学校も遅刻しないで済みます。一石二鳥です。
She must have had to make an effort to say all
ど
that.
うでしょうか、岡崎さん。岡崎さんはそうしたいですか？
I couldn't possibly. Oh, okay. I have no idea what to do here. Okay, so you want me to refuse this for a rude Tomoya full Nagisa badly written scene. Okay. Okay. I also think saying no to this is also more into his character, I guess. There's no way I could do that.
どうしてでしょうか？
You've only just met me, plus I'm a student with bad behavior, and I'm a guy. You're practically asking me to have my way with you by saying we should live together. What?
別に好き勝手してもらって構わないですけど。
I'm not sure she understands what that is. What do you mean when you say that?
Huh?
She has no idea what I'm talking about. Don't ever say that again.
何をでしょう？
All of it. That you want me to stay at your house, that you don't mind me having my way with you.
はい、わかりました。なんか余計なこと言ってしまったみたいでごめんなさいです。
This is them being a little bit their extreme selves. Like, Nagisa is a little bit too naive in this. I feel like she should have a bit more self-awareness, but at the same time she's been through a lot and like has had prolonged moments in time where she was disconnected from the world, and then after those moments it was difficult for her to connect back, so a lot of the social cues and stuff like that. Maybe like she just didn't have the time to develop an understanding for that. And also Tomoya is being a jerk here. Like, he's been a jerk before, so I have no qualms in calling him out on that. So yeah, they're both at these two opposite extremes, and yeah, it makes for an awkward scene, I suppose. Does this affect the Fuuko route, or should I go back and switch the answer, or can I just keep going? Because it's not mentioned in the guide, so I'm fine with having this decision now, and maybe when we go through Nagisa's route we come back and we choose the other thing to see, just to see what it does. But yeah, so far I'm interested in Fuuko, not necessarily in Nagisa. She bows her head. I don't want to see this any longer. It doesn't really matter. Well, I'm going home. It doesn't affect anything. Okay, then I'll keep going.
はい、おやすみなさいです。
Yeah. I visit Sunohara's room again that night. Hey, Sunohara, you alive? Grumble, grumble. Sunohara is sleeping with his head rested on his kotatsu. Looks like you're alive.
つうか普通ダストシュートって人が入れないようにできてんじゃないのか。
A dust chute? What? He raises his head right as I sit down. Were your joints dislocated or something?
そんなんで入るのかよ。つか岡崎。
He brings his face close to mine. What?
あいつはマジ強いぞ。
Yeah, I actually noticed that a while ago. Oh well, I guess this means that the legendary girl really does exist.
しねえよ。
You still don't believe it?
男より女が強いなんてありえません。
You've just made yourself an enemy of every woman in this country.
だってあんな見てくれだぜ。
Well, I do agree as far as that Tomoyo girl is concerned.
だろ？なんか理不尽だ。もしかしてさ。
What?
あいつ男なんじゃない？
Oh, goodness. I'm really starting to worry about your life
どう
now.
して？
How about you try saying the same thing to her face? He must be visualizing the scene in his head. He's probably being thrown through the air right about now. He's probably being cremated right about now.
やめておこう。
You don't want to end up in an
そ
urn?
こまで想像するか。慌てて棺桶から飛び出したところまでだ。
I only got up to the part where I jump out of the casket in a panic. What is this? That means you came back to life. That's not in character, you know.
そうかな。
Just be a good boy and burn.
そんなことはどうだっていい。とにかく僕が確かめる。
Aye. Going to check whether resurrection is possible after being turned to ashes? Didn't we read this? No, I have not read this. I cannot skip it and I don't remember this.
んな怖いこと身をもって確かめるか。あいつが男かだよ。
Like, they did have a conversation about Tomoyo being a man or not, but it wasn't this one. So I can skip it. She meaning Tomoyo?
ああ、
How?
いくらだって方法あるだろ。わかるまで確かめてやる。
Now this is starting to get back to what we know, but still I can't skip it. At this point in time, Shinohara had yet to realize that he had started down the path of a pervert. Pervert.
丸聞こえなんすけど。
Just pretend you didn't then. It'll be far more fun than that way.
な変態まがいなことするかよ。うまくやるさ。
Well, be sure to stay safe. I want to hear your
見
findings.
くびるな。
I don't think that's something you can say after being completely demolished in a fight today. Anyway, I'll give up on trying to discourage him for now. I face Shinohara and give him a thumbs up. Good luck? I don't know how to read that. I don't know what that means. I'll be praying for your pervertedness. I say this in the most upbeat way possible.
ああ、
Shinohara takes it as a wish for good luck and gives me an equally refreshing response. Okay, April 17th. I still can't skip stuff, so I don't know. I must have been dreaming. It was a dream of long ago. I stared at the ceiling for a while, trying to recall the whole thing. I can't remember what it was about, though. What I do know is that the dream left me feeling at ease. I crawl out of bed and begin getting dressed. Looking at the clock, I realized that first period has already started. I grab my thin bag and head to the first floor. My father is already gone. I pass through the messy room and head to the entranceway. After I put on my shoes and lock the door behind me, I leave home. The bottom of the hill. This I can skip. Furukawa is here, okay. Her feet pitter-patter behind me. Don't you need to figure out what you'll be having for lunch today?
いいです。岡崎さんが一緒に登校してくれたら、それだけで頑張れます。
I see. In that case, let's go buy lunch together. You're just going to buy bread anyway, right?
はい。
Man, she has like leftover bread at home all the time. She eats bread at lunch here. Isn't that a little bit like too one-sided of a diet? I don't know. A little later, I'd look back and realize this was another odd promise I made to her.
Yeah.
I can skip this. Okay, April 17th. Go and watch Stay in the Classroom. This doesn't seem to be among the Okay, so we'll just make the same choices we made in the baseball route, just to be able to skip stuff. I don't know what I'm doing, okay? We meet her, Kotomi. Okay, eating bread with Furukawa would have been impossible. I've even promised to help her with her drama club. I think I'm changing. What? Did I make a mistake there?
本当はお腹
I wonder if Furukawa is still in class. I want to say she was in class B. Furukawa is standing against the wall so that she won't get in the way of traffic. Our eyes meet. Her face breaks into a smile as she trots over. Sorry I'm late.
岡崎さんの方こそ大丈夫でしたか？
About what?
他の人と行かなくてよかったですか？
Oh, yeah, he's fine.
そうですか。よかったです。では行きましょう。
Sure. We start walking side by side. You know, walking around school with a girl is seriously embarrassing. I casually look over at the profile of Furukawa as we stroll. Then again, I guess people would be jealous of me more than anything. I wish I could see the day where people could just like interact with each other without it looking a certain kind of way just because of their genders. That would be nice. Like, why would you have to pair two people together just because they're interacting at school? Like, jeez.
何でしょうか？
Nothing. As always, the front of the bread line is so crowded it's difficult to even approach the display case.
今日はいつもよりも人が多いようですけど。
Yeah. A single male student rushes past Furukawa and dives straight into the billowing crowd. He's quickly swallowed up and lost to the sea of bodies.
帰りましょう。
Nah, it's okay. I'll go buy something for you. Just tell me what you want and I'll get it.
アンパンでいいです。
Come on, go for something more exciting. I mean, you can buy one of those whenever you want. Pick something you can only get right now.
それじゃあ贅沢言います。いいですか？
Bring it on.
ですね。
She balls both of her hands into fists.
2食パンをお願いします。
Dual color bread. Oh, that sounds fun. What's
一
that?
つのパンの中にクリームとチョコが入ってるんです。それは不思議なパンなんです。
She's really emphasizing the point. Huh, never knew they sold anything like that. Then again, I've never really been interested in sweet bread, so I guess I wouldn't know. I was just about to say that just having a big loaf of sweet bread doesn't really sound like a lunch much. It just sounds like an afternoon snack. Well, nevertheless, I'm heading out. Pray for my safe return. I give her a big thumbs up.
あなたに神のご加護がありますよう
And
に
may the gods watch over you. Furukawa puts both of her hands together by her chest, theatrically. Oh. Okay. I wedged my body into a small space in the crowd. I then pushed forward by using my arms to shove any students blocking my path out of the way. As I'm doing this, I recognize the back of another student's head. I grab his shoulder. Hey.
なんだよってなんだ岡崎か
What are you doing here, man?
当然パンを買いに来たんだよ
Is there something going on today? It's not usually this crazy.
お前そんなことも知らないでよくもまあ見ろよ
I look towards Nohara points and see an advertisement hanging from the ceiling. It says new product. Fillet of fish sandwich. Okay. 150 yen. I see. Now I get it. This is why it's so crowded.
先週の告知から生徒の間ではあれの噂で持ちきりだったんだ
Do you really need to spread rumors about the sandwich?
何ならお前にはわかるのかリュウタってのが一体何者なのか
Excuse me?
よく見てくれタツタじゃないんだリュウタなんだ
Huh, he's right.
リュウタという名前の人が考案した未知の具だという線が今んところ濃厚だが実際謎が謎を呼ぶぜ
The rabbit hole of the fish sandwich. Wow. I'm at the edge of my seat. Actually, I'm almost certain that's just a misspelling.
よし協力して道を切り開いていこうぜ
I'm fine with opening up a path, but the problem is that what we do after that. There's a girl waiting for me. He's the last person I want knowing about this. I catch Snohara's leg with my own. Snohara's shoulders are jerked down. Oh, sorry. He's swallowed up and lost to the sea. Here, Operation Eliminate Snohara is a success. I can't be standing around either. It's only getting more crowded as time passes. The mass of people feels like it's about to burst. Ah, okay. I see. So I'm coming more from the side of the anime and maybe, yeah. I see. That makes a lot of sense. Because I really didn't really perceive anything that negative about her. I would understand why her personality type and just like her naivete in general could be annoying and, you know, not everybody's cup of tea, and that's perfectly fine. But yeah, I guess we'll see. I also intend to rewatch the anime when we're done with this because I watched it like a long time ago. My memory of it is super fuzzy. Are you all that desperate to get a piece of misspelled bread? I blindly charge forward. And then I got it. In my hands are a piece of dual color bread and a sandwich for myself. Thanks for waiting.
ありがとうございます。大丈夫でしたか
Yeah, I managed somehow.
怖いところです。購買って。
School co-op is a scary place. Yeah, everyone must be so sick of studying that they are getting themselves worked up over a new piece of bread. We head to the courtyard for lunch. Our time there is quiet and peaceful, almost like my days at school up until now. I wonder if you feel so at peace around each other because we're both outsiders. It'd be mean to call her an outsider, though. I look to my side. She's intently eating her bread. She's so into it that it's funny. I assume this is how she always is, putting everything into whatever it is she's doing, even if that thing is simply eating lunch. Aww. I resonate with this a lot. I'm kind of the same way. She only ended up this way because of bad luck, unlike me. Furukawa doesn't even notice me staring at her as she continues to eat her bread, seemingly unaware to the world around her. After a bit,
ごちそうさま。
she folds up the bread's wrapping paper and puts it in her pocket.
とても美味しかったです。
Even as she talks, I keep looking at her face, sort of lost in thought. Our eyes meet.
あの、
Yeah?
もしかして口の端に何かついてますか
No, you're good.
じゃあ何を見てるんでしょうか
Hey, Furukawa.
はい。
I think you're cute. What?
Hi?
Partly because of just how you are at your core, you know? How you carry yourself, your demeanor, that kind of thing. I think that once people get to know you, they'll all like you. I have zero doubt that you'll be able to make plenty of friends.
落ち込んでないのに励まされると落ち込みます。
No, this isn't me trying to cheer you up. I'm just sharing my thoughts, I guess. A first impression, let's say. Like, we've practically just met, right? So you can take these words at face value. Take them at face value. I grab her shoulders and tell her as if I'm giving you instructions.
そんなの変です。強要されても。
You know, you're right. I quickly realized just how strange what I said actually is. I sit back down. As I do, I meet eyes with the female student in the third floor windows of the school building directly in front of me. Hey, try waving again. Smile while you do it though.
そんなこともうしないです。岡崎さん一人でしてください。
Like I told you, I'm a guy. If I just spontaneously waved by myself, they'd think I'm a creeper.
そんなことないです。岡崎さん、背高くてかっこいいですから。だから、たくさん女の子寄ってきて。私なんか押しのけられて。
Oh, you're right. If I did that, I wouldn't be able to hang out with you anymore. Never mind then.
真に受けないでください。
Listen, you little... I poke her on the head. Furukawa laughs. Actually, no, it's not quite a laugh. She went as far as smiling, but I look in the same direction as her. I find myself looking at the third floor window of the school building again. The shadows disappeared. Hey, Furukawa.
はい、
Want to go to the club room?
そうですね。
Furukawa stands up and brushes the dirt off her skirt. How much time do we have?
予例まで20分ほどあります。
Okay, let's use that time to make a flyer that says the club's looking for members.
はい、
Furukawa nods vigorously, excitement building with each bob of her head. The two of us start writing things down with magic markers on a piece of office paper. We need to start by choosing a date for an open house, and we can tell people more about the club then.
日取りいつにしましょう。
We won't be able to get anyone in the doors if it's too soon, so how about 2 weeks from now?
はい、5月から活動開始ということで、とてもキリがいいです。
I can only hope things go that well.
できました。
Don't you think it could use a little more something?
そう、
I think what it's missing, it's missing some dango family. That's what it's missing. Sex appeal, a drawing collaboration. What? What kind of a choice is this? I think it's missing a drawing. A drawing.
そうですね。あれば可愛いと思います。
So in that case, get drawing, Furukawa.
私がですか？
Who else is gonna do it?
岡崎さん。
Had I not gotten an F in art, that may be a possibility. But I did, so it's not.
私も得意な科目じゃないです。中学生の時、自画像描きませんでしたか？
Yeah, I did.
一生懸命描いたのに、先生に美味しそうなカレーライスですねって言われました。
Hey, mine told me that the catcher's mitt I was drawing looked really sturdy.
カレーライスとキャッチャーミットですか。
I wonder which one of those is worse.
私は福神漬けまでついてるって言われました。
Mine went out of his way to call it a catcher's mitt. Why that and not a regular baseball glove? That's what I wanna know. Oh, sorry. Should I go get someone who's good at drawing? I stand up, tired of the unproductive dispute we're having.
待ってください。
Huh?
やっぱり私描きます。私部長ですから。
Yeah, that would be best. I sit back down.
何描けばいいですか？
Furukawa asks me with markers in her hands. Think of something yourself. What are you good at
なん
drawing?
でしょう。
Curry?
違います。
She totally shut me down there. It must really be an awful memory for her.
簡単な絵でもいいですか？それだったら一つだけ得意なのがあります。
Sure, as long as it's cute.
ものすごく可愛いです。
As soon as she finishes speaking, her hand begins moving as she hums a song. It's a melody I've heard somewhere before. I can't remember what it is, though. Curious, I take a look at what she's putting down. I see a small circle with a face on it. Just as she finishes drawing one, she draws more and more of the same thing. The club recruitment notice quickly finds itself occupied by strange creatures.
できました。
She proudly shows me the flyer. Ah, the whole poster is practically covered in mysterious creatures. What are you, some kind of idiot?
はい。
Look, you can't even read the text.
そうですね。読みづらくなってしまいました。
Why'd you draw all these bizarre creatures on here?
謎じゃないです。すごく有名です。
What are they?
団子大家族です。
The Big Dango Family. It's the title of a song that became a huge hit a while back. I think it was used in a kids show. Oh, so that's what the melody she was humming just now was. Anyone in Japan would know the song.
団子大家族は大家族なんです。だからたくさんいるんです。
The Big Dango family is a big family. I mean, yeah, sure. Let me be straight up with you, Furukawa.
はい。
You're really not cut out for this. The Big Dango family, how long ago was that? It's already dead and forgotten. Oh, that's so mean.
そんな古いことなんて関係ないです。可愛いものはいつ見たって可愛いはずです。
I'll admit that this might be cute, but it's out of fashion. You're really out of touch with what's popular, aren't you?
そうなんでしょうか。私の中では今も可愛いんですけど。
Really? Well, I'm glad to hear it. I start to rub my temples. Looking at what she's come up with, we might be better off if I just drew my catcher's mitt. Any regular person who sees this is going to be repelled by it. It'd be one thing if she drew this as a joke, but she's serious about it.
団子大家族。
I would not be repelled by the Big Dango family, but it just seems like she went a little bit overboard and drew too much. So, it should just be a matter of like going with like less is more. Furukawa's spirits begin to plummet as she watches my reaction. This isn't good. I can't let her sink into another pit of despair. I have to do something. Oh, yeah, I forgot. My bad, my bad. You did link it to me, and that is absolutely my bad. I usually after streams I kind of shut down and I completely forgot. Sorry. Promise to check it out. Well, I guess it's not bad.
でもズバリ言われました。最悪だって。
Yes, but that doesn't mean that the Big Dango family isn't cut out for the drama club. This is starting to require some mental gymnastics.
そうなんですか？ 複雑な気分です。
She doesn't seem particularly sold on the idea, but I do seem to have salvaged the situation. As I stare at the flyer, I start to think that it actually shows what kind of person Furukawa, the club president, is. In that sense, maybe it's a lot better than a flyer adorned with lies. In any case, we're done making our notice. It's got some spice to it. All's well that ends well. After my strained attempt to wrap things up, I grab the piece of paper and stand.
どこに行くんですか？
To the copier. Should make a bunch and go around putting them after school. I think that's the most we could do today.
はい。
After that, we use the copier in the teacher's room, then head back. I return to class to find Sunohara seated, gripping his own head. Oh, cheer up.
元気ないの誰のせいっすかね。
The guy is sitting in front of you?
あんただ、お前だ、貴様だ、ミーだ。
You just blamed yourself at the end there. You do know that, right?
なんかアホ。
An idiot just called me an idiot.
初日に食って食えなかったやつに自慢したかったのに。
What would you do if I got to eat one?
何抜け駆けしてたらあんた命ねえよ。
What would you do? Tell me. In English.
Kill me!
Kill me? You're a really scary guy, you know that?
食い物の恨みはそれだけ恐ろしいってことさ。
Grudges over food. Don't get too depressed over it,
そり
okay?
ゃ お前が新商品を食ったかどうかによるな。
I didn't, so don't worry. Live on, my friend.
なんだ、食ってないのかよ。ちっなら今回は許しておいてやるよ。ま、命は大切にな。
I ought to be telling you that.
ああ、食いたかった。
He puts his face back down and goes back to grumbling.
岡崎くん。
Yeah? As I sit down, the class president begins to talk to me.
もうどこにも行かないですか？
I won't go anywhere.
本当ですか？
I just told you I won't. Why does she have to ask me something like that, and why is she being so pushy about it?
これ。
Oh, worksheets. Are these from homeroom?
はい。
Thanks. I reach my hand out to get the worksheets from Fujibayashi, but otherwise stay slumped over. In one fell swoop, I grab the worksheets and cram them into my desk. Do you need something else?
その
Oh well, I'm reading this, but sorry. I can actually skip this. We've had this interaction before. Sorry, I didn't realize I was just like going with the flow. So Nohara is still dejected even after classes end, so I leave without him. I head to the drama club room. I didn't come here in any particular rush, but I don't see Furukawa. What's she doing? She does seem pretty slow. I wait, but she doesn't show. Bored, I scribble on the edge of the blackboard. Day duty, Nagisa Furukawa. I finish scribbling and wait a while longer, but she's still nowhere to be seen. Maybe something happened? I start to feel a little worried. Go look for her or keep waiting. Okay, so we're on the right path because we're seeing this choice. And we're gonna go look for her. She's hopeless. Oh my god, sorry, I keep hitting my mic. Don't tell me that she accidentally went to the class next door or something. Ah, I could see her doing that too. Look in the class next door, check somewhere else. Okay. We're gonna look. She probably went off somewhere else. I take a peek inside. Wait, did I not? Seems like no one's around. I open the door. I assumed the room would be empty, but the young female student sits near the windows. There she is! Oh. The sunlight pouring in prevents me from getting a clear look at her face, leaving only her silhouette visible. She's carving a block of wood with a knife. Her concentration seems to have erased my existence completely from her senses. There's something irresistibly cute about the way she's working so hard on it. For a while I just stand there watching. Her hands stop as she finally notices my presence. Her eyes meet mine. She freezes. What's wrong? Suddenly she jumps up and runs towards the corner of the room. I think we can skip this, but I want to read it because she's so cute. She reminds me of a cat caught trying to steal food. Except the cat probably wouldn't be clutching a knife the whole time. Note to self, don't surprise the girl with the knife. You may end up getting stabbed. Holding her ground, she cautiously watches my every move, still as can be. I find it funny wondering if she's trying to hide by standing perfectly still. Better yet, she's in the corner of the room, effectively the most visible spot in the whole place. Well then, what should I do now? Just leave? Try talking to her? We try talking to her. And save, just in case. Say, is this the art club's room? Hey, I'm talking to you. She reluctantly points a finger at herself and tilts her head to the side. Yeah, you, as if there's anyone else here. She raises her index finger. Maybe she wants me to repeat a question? Is this the art club's room? Still standing tightly in the corner, she shakes her head nervously. Oh, right. Other club members would be here if it was. So, did you skip too many art classes and end up with piles of homework? Something like that? She shakes her head again. Then it's just a hobby? She shakes her head again. Then just what on earth are you doing here?
これですか?
She shows me the wooden block she was working on, holding it in the front of her chest. Yeah, that.
これは大好きなですね。
大好きなですね. Aww. Yeah, she's spacing out. Suddenly she has an euphoric look on her face. It's as if she's lost in a reverie, dreaming up something really fabulous. She's so full of openings. With a few steps, I quickly close the distance between the two of us, and proceed to take the knife from her hand. Relax, I'll give it back. Isn't it kinda dangerous using a knife like this? Now that I'm closer, I can see a bandage covering one of her hands. From the intense look she's giving me, I can tell she wants her knife back. You know, you should stop using this thing. Your hand, I can tell it's a mess. Is carving wood really worth cutting yourself up like that?
やりたいんです。放っておいてください。それ、返してください。
Doesn't your hand hurt though?
痛くないです。
Liar.
念のため、巻いてるだけです。
Well then, shake my hand.
はい。
Put a bit of strength into my grip. Yeah. In a flash, she pushes me away and our distance reverts back to what it was before I took the knife. She's squatting down in the opposite corner now. Looks like that really hurt. A few moments pass.
痛くなかったです。
On the verge of tears, she stands back in front of me.
返してください。
Can we shake hands again?
ダメです。
Why?
もうダメです。一回握手しました。握手はたくさんするもんじゃないです。
Okay, that makes sense. In that case, how about a high five?
ハイタッチ。
You know, like in sports, when a player scores a point or something, their teammate raises a hand and they clap them together in the air.
シュート決めてないです。
Okay, then let's pretend we did. Okay, here goes. I awkwardly take a free throw pose and toss in the air ball toward an imaginary basket. And it's good. Come on, raise your hand.
はい。
It's less of a high five and more of just a straight up slap, really. Once again, she pushes me away and runs toward the opposite corner. It should have hurt more than the handshake. We were literally hitting each other's hand. A few moments pass.
痛くなかったです。
She stood before me with trails of tears on her face.
返してください。
Unlike a handshake, we can do a high five as many times as we like. And it's in there. Now raise your hand.
はい。
Yeah. There she goes again. That's why I've been telling you, stop carving until your hand's completely healed. I put the knife into my pocket.
返してください。
She just won't give up. What if someone were trying to enjoy their club activities in peace nearby? If something happens to you in here, do you know how much trouble that would cause them?
隣、誰もいなかったはずです。
Club season's coming up. People are going to start using the rooms around here. That's why you should be patient until your injury heals. Yeah, this is a new part. We have not read this before. Besides, you can't make a decent carving with your hand in that condition, right? I don't know why you're pushing yourself so hard, but it'd be better if the final product is in perfect condition, right?
でも、手を休めてる暇なんてないんです。
The teacher who gave you this assignment must be a real tyrant.
違います。自分で思いついたことです。
Then there's no problem, just give your hand a rest for a bit. With that said, I leave the classroom. From the corridor, I look back into the classroom. She's still standing there, looking down helplessly on her half-finished work of art. Her tears are about to burst out. Maybe that was a bit too mean, but only an idiot would try to carve with a hand like that. You should take better care of your body. Overworking an injury could lead to permanent damage that you'll regret the rest of your life. I understand that better than anyone. Rotating my shoulder, I look out the window. Naturally, my eyes wander gradually lower. And there she is. Ah, what's she doing? Does she think it's lunch or something? I wouldn't put it past her, sheesh. I climb down the stairs and head to the courtyard. Okay, she's sitting in our usual lunch spot. I approach her. Hey, you think it's not... sorry, you know it's not lunch break. What are you doing here? Fuuko is holding a bamboo broom. Spinning its handle around in her hand, she sits without a word. From the looks of it, she's down again. What's wrong? Did something happen? I sit next to her. Sand gets caught in the bamboo broom's tips as she continues spinning it in front of her feet. So, it's your turn on class cleaning duty, eh?
はい。
She finally answers. So what's wrong? Why aren't you cleaning?
してました。
You were you? So why'd you stop?
ですね。それは。
She thinks for a bit. Then she quickly stands up.
岡崎さんに話すようなことではないです。
After saying that, she starts to walk off. Hey, hold on a second. I get up too and follow after her. I don't get you, you know that? You're now gonna treat me like a bad guy?
違います。岡崎さんはいい人です。
You don't have to go so far as to call me a good person, but I'm not the kind of person who'd harm you, right?
そうです。
Then you can just tell me what's wrong, like you always do.
私、岡崎さんを巻き込んじゃっています。面白くもないことに。岡崎さんの貴重な時間を無駄にさせちゃっています。
That's not true, it's plenty fun. Or maybe I shouldn't say that. Furukawa stops and starts spinning the broom handle again where she stands. I just gaze at her. All of a sudden, I feel uncomfortable. I feel another me, one that's less attached to the situation watching us as this takes place. What am I doing? I lose track of time for just a moment. As this happens, Furukawa just looks down at the ground, ever silent. For now, I need to focus on cheering her up. Food. That's right, food. I start thinking of different kinds of food. What is it? What is that she likes? The Big Dango family? Back when the song was popular, every supermarket you walked into had huge packs of dango made to look like those characters. Furukawa, you like dango, don't you?
はい。
Then say the words Big Dango family for me. Use that to cheer yourself up.
団子大家族、売ってますでしょうか？
Probably, but don't worry about that right now. So just say the words and use them as your mantra. Furukawa closes her eyes and then
団子大家族。
she says the words with conviction. So, do you feel more calm?
はい。
After she opens her eyes, she seems a little bit more positive, relaxed, like whatever was bothering her loosened its grip a bit. You can tell me what happened later. For now, just go do what you need to do.
はい。
She grabs the broom in her hands and walks off. The Big Dango family seems to have had a miraculous effect on her. I watch her as she fades out of view. Later on, Furukawa and I go around posting flyers on billboards around school. Club recruitment a full month late. Since the cutoff period for most clubs has already come and gone though, our announcement stands out on its own. Finally, we place a flyer on the last remaining billboard. I stand there and stare at it for a moment, moved. Furukawa's next to me, still a little lethargic. Well, want to go buy a Big Dango family and head home? I move away from the billboard and try to cheer her up. Mind if I ask you something?
はい。
Just theoretically.
はい。
Theoretically, if the store didn't have a Big Dango family, what would you do? She looks at me, her eyes ready to gush like a near broken dam. Sorry, just messing around. On the way home, we go by 2 supermarkets. Neither of them have a Big Dango family. Furukawa looks like she's on the verge of tears again. I don't know what happened while she was on cleaning duty, but she used the idea of the Big Dango family as encouragement to get past whatever was distressing her. So if she can't get one, she'll be back to acting like she was earlier. I have to get one by any means necessary.
古いものですから、なくって当然です。団子大家族なんて、みんなもう欲しくないんですよね。
Furukawa's give up-o meter is hitting critical mass, I can tell. Hold on a second. I turn my back to her and dig through my bag. I guess I don't have a choice. Furukawa, I turn back around to her and say her name.
はい。
She looks utterly heartbroken. You go home. I'll manage to do something about that Big Dango family.
本当ですか？
If I promise, will that make you happy?
はい。とても嬉しいです。
Okay, then...
Embrace your inner geek.
Hey, Atlas the Great, thanks for the follow. Okay, then go home and stick it out for now.
ですが、
Don't ask another question.
何かとても迷惑なことを。
It's fine, just close that trap and head home. Wow! Close that trap? What? Maybe it's also the translation. The translator may make some weird choices, but like, that's a bit... Sorry. She nods, a little uncertain, I can tell, but turns on her heel nonetheless and begins to walk off sluggishly. Don't cry on the way home either. With those as my parting words, I do a 180 as well. I go back to the supermarket in order to buy them out of dango. Phew, god, that was heavy. I place the distended supermarket bag on the floor, then sit down on it myself. I take the dango-filled packs out of the bag and break open their seals. What kind of faces did they have again? I hold up one of the dango as I ponder. I want to say it was like this. I used the red food coloring and strips of bamboo I also bought to draw faces on the dango. Came out pretty good. Doing this really does make me feel a bit silly though, that's for sure. I want to say that the big dango family had about 100 members, and now I'm supposed to make all of them. Ugh. But I have to do it, or else she'll get depressed again. I draw on each one with the food coloring. Before I know it, an hour has passed. I am nearly finished, however. Phew! Just as I let out an exhale, I notice how dry my throat is. It's so bad I can barely swallow. Talk about focus. Maybe I'm cut out for this kind of simple labor. I stand up to get a drink of water. As I come back to my room, I find my father there. The moment I see him, a feeling of uneasiness and panic begins to well up. I have a bad feeling about this. What are you doing? I managed to start by saying that much.
これはあれだろ? ほら。
He grabs one of the dango with the face on it and grins.
そう。団子大家族だ。懐かしいね。
I hold my tongue as I keep still in the
これは
entrance.
どうするんだい? ねえ、智也くん。
I'm giving them to someone.
そうか。友達にかい?
Sure.
なら、私も手伝わせてくれないかい?
It's really hard to feel any sort of animosity towards his father because his voice sounds calm and warm in a sense. But yeah, I understand that, you know, his relationship with Tomoya isn't the best. Why?
智也くんの友達ならそうしてあげたい。話をするきっかけにもなるかもしれないからね。
I wish he'd just stop. Is this some sort of highly planned way of irritating me? Why would my father need to talk to a friend I brought over? Aren't you my father? Are you just a conversation partner? Is that all you are? Or are you trying to take the friend I'm bringing over and involve them in this too? Yeah, see, I feel like Tomoya is going way too far with this. He genuinely seems that he wants to help, he wants to be involved in something that his son is doing and just have a chance to have a moment. I guess Tomoya is at a point where he doesn't want to have any sort of moment. I want to ask him these questions, and I want him to have answers.
こういうのは得意なんだ。
My father grabs one of the bamboo sticks. Stop it. I rush over and pull his arm away. My father looks up at my face, equal parts confused and shocked. Just stop it. This doesn't have anything to do with you. I use the best words I can for the situation. He hangs his head just as I expected him to. But even so, he still looks like he's trying to spite me. He looks like someone who's just hurt a friend, not his own child. I begin to frantically gather the dango that are spread out across the table. I stuff them into the supermarket bag and leave the room without so much as another glance at my father. I can't stand it anymore. There isn't a place for me here. Not for the real me. If I stayed, I'd have to be a shadow of my true self. I don't want to do that. I'm done. Done, damn it. I really like the whole storyline with the father. It's good and long. Yes, I'm not saying they're not doing a good job. It's just... It's actually what I'm saying. It is that they're doing a good job because they're portraying his father trying to, take a step towards Tomoya and Tomoya not having any of it. But also they have given enough context to kind of feel that Tomoya does have a little bit of a reason to not want that. but at the same time it just feels like his dad is genuinely trying, so you're kind of like rooting for them to get to some sort of common ground and stuff. Yes. Yes. My breath is getting heavy, my lungs burn, starved for oxygen. My entire body is assaulted by an intense feeling of fatigue. I don't even know what it must look like to see me running. I'd come all the way here before even realizing that I'd practically sprinted down the street. Furukawa is standing directly in front of me. Furukawa. I direct myself toward her with shaky footsteps. Furukawa. I repeat her name as I call out to her.
Hi.
She replies, but I'm not able to say anything. What is it that I wanted to do? She tilts her head to the side. I stand there breathless.
疲れてるんですか?
No, not really.
それは
The question finally causes me to remember it. The supermarket bag that I'm carrying in my hand, that is. Oh, this. You can have it. Furukawa takes it and peeks inside. It should be packed full of dango with little faces on them.
団子大家族です。
Yep, that's right.
本当に大家族です。
Yep, one big family.
私も仲間に入れてもらいたいです。
Yeah, well, why don't you ask them to join? Oh, sorry. Furukawa has a big smile plastered across her face as she continues to look keenly inside the bag. When I see her do this, I start to regain my composure before I know it. After that, the two of us stay in the park for a while. We sit down on a bench and stare out at the empty swings. That's the Tomoya I love. Yes. Yes, that's true.
しばらくカレー画伯って呼ばれてたんです。
Curry Picasso. Ah, a mash of curry and Picasso. What? Huh? I'm surprised by her sudden
自
remark.
画像の話です。
She was trying to make a portrait of herself and the teacher thought it was curry rice? Oh, what you were talking about this afternoon. They made me play catcher more often after that.
お互い災難でしたね。
You got that right. Drawing's never been something I could do. Not well anyway, obviously.
はい、そうですよね。いつだって不器用で。そうやってからかわれたりすることが多かったです。それは今もです。
I peer at Furukawa's face. She's pressing against her chest with both of her hands, as if she's trying to tolerate some sort of pain.
気づいたら一人でした。
I quickly realized that she is talking about what happened after school.
掃除まだ終わってないのに。中庭に私一人ぼっちでいました。
Oh. She pulls me back up. No, that's not the right way to put it. All she did was smile, after all. But seeing her just do that was enough to bring me back to my senses. You know, in that case, is there something I can do for her to show my gratitude? If there's even a single thing, then maybe it wouldn't be so bad for us to be together. If you're just gonna be crying all alone otherwise, call me over. That way you won't have to be alone.
それは迷惑です。岡崎さんに。
That's not it, Furukawa. I want to be there. You wouldn't be causing me any trouble at all. There's no reason for you to act that considerate when it comes to me. It's not a problem. I'm bored myself anyway.
わかりました。泣きそうになったら呼びます。
Alright, you do that.
でも呼ばないようにできるだけ頑張ります。
Yeah, that's important too.
はい。
But if you didn't, it'd feel kind of sad and lonely. No, but I guess that would be best. That would mean she's trying her hardest. I'm starting to confuse myself.
呼んでもらえないと何ですか？
Huh?
退屈ですか？
Yeah, it would be boring.
では頑張っていても呼ぶことがあるかもしれません。そんなことしちゃってもいいですか？
Sure, that'll be fine. I get bored otherwise.
はい。
Just about the time my stomach starts to growl, I see two shadowy figures approach from the direction of Furukawa's home. I don't have to see their faces to know they're her parents.
渚、そろそろ戻れよ。
Sup? I greet them.
おお、コスモ斎藤じゃねえか。
Saito? Where does that come from?
あら、大宇宙太郎さん。
Taro-san? Neither of them get a single part of either of my names right.
岡崎さんです。お父さん、
ああ、そんなチンケな名前のやつだったな。
また遊びにいらっしゃったんですか？
Well...
男なら力ずくで奪っていきやがれと言っても渡さんがな。
秋代さん、誰もそんな話してないですよ。
Fuuko, knowing it will be her route. Not so fast, sweethearts. I love how Sanae-san kind of like mediates Akio-san's craziness.
おっと、早とちりか。すまねえ。
They're really good together. They work really well together. With a leap like that, you could compete in the Olympics. I get the feeling that no matter how long I know this man, the two of us are never going to have a proper conversation.
岡崎さん、うちに上がっていってください。
そうだそうだ。こんなところでこそこそと愛人のように会ってんじゃねえ。
どうですか？それとも親御さんが心配されます？
That's not a problem, but Furukawa saved me today, so I'm gonna head home. I make my decision.
そっか、帰れ帰れ。
そうですか。残念ですね。また明日来てくださいね。
Huh. See you, Furukawa. All three of them answer.
俺に言ったんじゃねえのか。って年下に呼び捨てにされて素で返事してる俺って何なんだ。てめえ、今度から秋代様と呼べ。
Sama. Okay, sure.
まあまあ、秋代さん。
秋代様だっつうの。
はいはい、秋代様。
This family really is something.
おやすみなさいです、岡崎さん。
I look at Furukawa's smile until it embeds itself into my mind's eye, then head back home for the night. I'm a bit to the side, aren't I? Ugh. I guess we skipped the illusionary world because we've read it before. Okay. So April 18th. April 18th. What choices did I do here? We accept. We kick him back. Okay, this seems new. Lunchtime. We're eating bread in our usual spot.
2週間後、一人でも来てくれるでしょうか？
2 weeks from now. That's when the drama club information session is going to be held. Well, the flyers do have the Big Dango family on them. I hesitate for a moment, unable to answer.
岡崎さん？
I'm sure it'll be fine. All those dango you released around school are sitting on their billboards, hard at work. Have some faith. That's so cute.
ですよね。100人もいるんですから。
I think that's actually our problem. I make a quiet dig at Furukawa's extreme confidence. But seriously, why were those things popular to begin with? Looking back on it, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Though it makes even less sense to still be a fan of them.
そういえば岡崎さん。
What?
説明会って何をすればいいものなんでしょうか？岡崎さん？
I'd forgotten. She's not the kind of person who can just rise to the occasion and take care of this kind of thing on her own. Furukawa.
はい。
Let's do some practice right now. Talk about whatever you want. I sit on the ground and give the instructions to Furukawa, who's standing in front of the chalkboard. She seemed to have some degree of awareness that she was the club leader, so she'd taken the initiative and decided to stand there. If this were just a few days ago, She probably would have asked me to stand there in her place. She's really trying to be proactive about doing this. It's clear that this means a lot to her. Her actions confirm that. Yep. I feel like my mic is better on this. You can do this, Fuuko. I cheer her on inside my head, but instead of starting her speech, she just waves her hands to and fro, visibly squirming. At this rate, the first bell is going to chime before she even gets started. Hey, Furukawa.
Hi.
Looking at you now, it makes me wonder, how are you able to act in plays? If she's this bad at talking and this susceptible to pressure, can she really expect prospective club members to take her seriously? I mean, who wants to join a drama club with a president that can't even overcome their nerves? Talk about a blatant discrepancy. So essentially, these phantom theoretical applicants would be faced with not one but two glaring problems. First, the big dango family obsession, obviously. And second, the president who can't talk. And those aren't exactly small, easy to overlook qualms either. Not like they would want to overlook them in the first place.
Okazaki-san?
Let me be straight up with you, Furukawa.
Hi.
You don't have any acting skill. So you're gonna need to try like crazy.
Hi.
Which means you're gonna need to practice for the information session for a while. And I do mean a while.
わかりました。頑張ります。
She balls her hands into fists. At least she seems motivated. Hey! Yo! It's Kyo Fujibayashi, a classmate of mine last year. She's the twin sister of my class's president and one of the few girls who doesn't mind talking to me. It's just that her personality, well, it's terrible. She's in another class now.
どこ行ってたの?
Just running an errand.
ひょっとしてこれ?
She raises her pinky and grins. It's nothing naughty like that? What? What am I reading? I don't understand what this means.
なんか疲れてる?
I guess I might actually be a pretty caring guy.
何? それ笑うとこ?
Yeah, go ahead and laugh. Quit laughing.
何よ? 笑えって言ったり、笑うなって怒ったり。ね?
おや、おかえり。
Huh? You're here?
ご挨拶だね。まるで僕が教室にいちゃいけないみたいじゃないか。
Well, you really shouldn't be. You're an eyesore.
無駄に二酸化炭素増やすだけでしょ。酸素吐く分雑草の方がマシよ。
あんたら言うこときつすぎっす。っていうか藤林今日なんでいんの？
何よ、私がここにいちゃいけないっての？
そういうわけじゃないけど、もう予令もなったし、自分のクラスに戻った方がよろしいかと。
本令はまだでしょ。耳っちいこと言ってると人としての器が知れるわよ。
僕耳っちいですか？
ミジンコ並みじゃない？
プランクトン
Hey, Waterflea, what's going on over there?
あれって？
Friend of mine finds Sunohara's face highly unpleasant. Maybe because of it I can't make her read Clannad. Oh. What? I don't know. I mean, to each their own, right? Everyone is allowed to feel the way that they feel about things and they don't have to like them and whatnot. But it's just, I am not seeing it personally. I don't know.
って返事しちゃったよ。
Whatever, just answer me. I'm talking about the group of people over there. Not that I know whose seat that is.
あそこは委員長の席あたりだね。
Fujibayashi's? Is there something we need to turn in?
ああ、
She's probably reading
きっとあれね。
fortunes.
占いよ。
Fortune telling.
それにしても相変わらずの人気ね。
There we go. Now we can finally skip it. Because we've been here. Have her read my fortune, let Sunohara do it. We're gonna let Sunohara do it. That sprite with crazy eyes. Ah, okay. I feel like it's a well-drawn expression. Like it goes really well with the things he's saying, and obviously the actor is doing a really, really good job with voicing him. So anyway, April 18th. April 18th. Let her go. Okay. Then an empty classroom. Then I'll watch her just a bit more. Okay, so I did that right. Then return to the classroom after all. Okay, I head to the drama club room by myself. Yeah, it's really fitting. Like they did a great job at putting his character together, so I can appreciate that. It's not necessarily like a character I'm really into, but since he has so many interactions with our main character and I get to see him often, at least it's entertaining, you know? And he's, as I said, really well put together. Across the hallway, a number of students are making a high-pitched racket. Man, shut up already. I tried to walk past them when someone grabs my arm.
Oi, 助けてくれないか?
Okay, we've seen this, I guess. We help her? Okay. So, how far do you plan on following me?
帰るんだろ?
I still have some business somewhere.
なんだ、そうなのか。帰るんだとばかり思っていた。用はなんだ?
I don't really need to tell you, do I?
うん、そうだな。言わなくてもいい。ただ、さっきの奴らも、お前がいなくなった途端、また現れるかもしれないからな。時間を合わせて、一緒に帰りたいと思っただけだ。さっきのように、かっこよく守ってくれたら、助かる。
What? Yeah, that doesn't sound too... Wait a second. Wouldn't that mean I'd have to be near you all the time from now on?
毎日のように休み時間は来てるじゃないか。同じことだろ?
That was something Snohara decided all on his own, and I don't know when he's going to stop doing it.
そうか。そうだったな。自分で振り払うとしよう。
Though I do think that guy's been enough of a pain for you
あの
already.
バカか?
Yeah. It would be pretty hypocritical of me if I just idly stood by while Snohara tries to put the moves on her, while saying I'm worried that rumors about us would sabotage Tomoya's chance of joining the student council. I guess it's about time for me to make him stop.
お前は本当に暇なだけだったんだな。
She says
自
dumbfounded.
分で言うほど悪いやつじゃないんじゃないのか?
What I said about myself was just what people see me as.
そうか。悪いやつじゃなかったんだな。
That being said, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm a good guy either.
うん。そうだな。じゃあ私は帰る。
Is it alright if we don't walk home
う
together?
ん。もういい。走って帰る。
Okay, well, see you later. Do your best.
今日は助かった。
Yeah. I rush to the drama club's room. Furukawa is already waiting inside. She sees my face and
これ
smiles.
から練習ですね。
We're not practicing a play, you know. We're practicing your introduction speech.
わかってます。それでもなんか一つのことをするために集まるのってワクワクします。
Aww.
しないですか?
I can't really say I know what you're talking about. Hey, don't you think it would be a good idea if you decided on what you're going to say ahead of time?
そうですね。暗記は得意ですから、それならできると思います。
I'm not gonna help you decide what to say or how to say it, though. I don't know a thing about drama. If anything, I'd want you to teach me about it.
私だって同じです。演劇をやりたいだけで、詳しいことなんて実は何一つ知らないです。
A bombshell has just been dropped by the president of the drama club. Hey, Furukawa.
はい、
Why do you want to be in plays?
好きだからです。
What about them do you like?
楽しいと思いました。みんなで演技するのって。私、小さい頃から学芸会とかそういうのことごとく欠席しちゃって、だから絶対演劇部に入ろうってそう思ってたんです。3年間演劇頑張ろうって。でも 1,2 年生の頃はそれどころじゃなくって、3年生はずっと休んじゃって。
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. In other words, Her enthusiasm for being in plays is basically just a desire to work with others in a group. She wants to be a part of something where everyone comes together to accomplish a single common goal. And by doing that, she'd then be able to realize a dream that has gone unfulfilled all this time. That's all.
ただ好きなだけです。
Furukawa lets out a small sigh, then presses her hands to her chest. She must have spoken for too long. She seems tired. So, she's this frail, this fragile. Yes, she's trying to charge forward. How could you ignore her after seeing that? I certainly wouldn't be able to. You pass. So I tell her that.
はい。
Just use that as your speech, what you just said. It was kind of short, but I get this feeling that you were able to say exactly what you wanted to there. Yeah, exactly. You speak from the heart, and you just be true to yourself. And that's it. The things that need to fall in place will fall in place, and the things that won't happen, they weren't meant to happen. Because they wouldn't have been the thing that, you know, fit you the best. So, yeah.
それは慰めですか？
I totally get that. Like, she missed so many developmental milestones and like instances to do things with other people. She just like her naivety is like it's it makes sense, right? Because she hasn't had like this back and forth with like her being a certain way and then people reacting to it and teaching her about like, you know, how people in general, let's say, react to things and how she should behave and stuff. So her only compass is just her inner self. And that inner self, like her core, is what Tomoya noticed and mentioned even earlier, that it's just it's beautiful. It has like a certain kind of I don't know, of attraction in itself, because it's just so pure and precious, and she's just like being herself and just like charging forward towards the things that she wants to do. And yeah, that is magnetic. That attracts people when you are genuine like that and true to yourself. No, I'm serious. I'm not the kind of guy to beat around the bush.
ですよね。たまにぐさりときます。
Yeah, so you can believe me when I say that. The only problem is
はい。
whether you'll be able to say the same thing when it's time for the actual meeting.
そうですね。
You tend to fold under pressure, right?
はい。弱いです。
Yeah, I feel her very deeply. The question that pops into my mind next loops all the way back around to the beginning of our conversation. Then how are you gonna be able to act in plays? Furukawa continues to practice for the information session.
一つのことをみんなで頑張る。それは素晴らしいことだと思います。一緒に頑張ってみませんか？
We decided to end it on that note. Her words are clumsy, but I have a good feeling about her tone. It's eager, genuine, exactly. That's all it needs to be. Question. I raise my hand pretending to be a new student.
はい、どうぞ。
What kind of plays are we gonna do? What's the drawing on the flyers? What kind of guys are you into? Oh my god. What are these choices? Excuse you? What? Yeah, so this one is like this is like a little bit on the nose because it's asking about the flyers. It could be positive, it could be not, but I think I'm just gonna go with the plays. What kind of plays are we gonna do? There are lots of different kinds of plays out there, though I don't know what they are. This is probably the one thing that any potential applicant would want to know.
どんな演劇ですか？
She thinks for a bit. There are a bunch of different kinds, right? Like fairy tales for kids or musicals for adults.
あるんですか？
Nah! I'm going home.
待ってください。
Give me an answer then, just say something.
はい。ですね。それは楽しい劇です。
Now, that's what I'd call a vague answer. So ones that make you laugh? Comedies?
いえ、決して笑えるという意味では。でも、笑えないというわけでもなく。
Plays that make you cry?
泣けると言いますか。泣けなくもなくと言いますか。
Funny or sad? Which is it?
中間ぐらいです。
She's trying to cover for it with her smile. Oh, whatever.
よかったですか？
Well, I'll say this. You at least gave it a shot. If you clam up, you'll just make people nervous. So as long as you're sincere about trying to answer their questions, they'll at least be able to see your excitement.
はい、伝われば嬉しいです。
You can't make a good drama club without Kotomi? Yes, I will agree with that. That's about all you have going for you right now, after all. We continue practicing for another hour or so. Furukawa's voice starts to get hoarse, so we decide to stop for the day. Once again, the two of us start walking home together. I see a familiar guy ahead of us on the street. It's Tsunohara. What's he doing here at this hour? Furukawa is to my side. These two are the last people in the world I want to have introduced to each other. Get far away from Furukawa and keep walking. Grab Furukawa's hand and run past him. What are these choices? Jesus, man. I don't want to get far away from her, so we just pick the second one. Furukawa, let's go. I grab Furukawa's hand and tug. She seemed to be focused on something else, so she stumbles. Barreling to the ground, she lands on her hands and knees. Oh no, that's bad. Fuck. In other words, I guess you could say she just flat out fell. I'm the worst. The other students leaving school look our way. I feel like running away by myself. Sorry, are you okay? But I couldn't possibly do that. I asked Furukawa if she's alright before offering my hand again.
いえ、ちょっとびっくりしただけです。すみません。
She grabs my hand and stands up. Did you skin your knee?
いえ、赤くなってるだけで血は出てないです。大丈夫です。
Alright.
人助け関心だね。
The voice makes my flesh crawl. Tsunohara is there standing right behind me.
なんかおごらせようよ。
He pokes my side. If anything, I would say that this face of Tsunohara can be disturbing, because he says the most disturbing things with that confidence, smug face of his. Nagisa's way too incompetent for a drama club founder president. She can do anything and doesn't know what she wants. By conventional rules, that is not untrue. By conventional rules, she is all of that. But at the same time, there is a lot to be said about just her eagerness and her genuineness and just her love for the thing that she wants to do, that sometimes that is just enough. That's all you have to do. You don't have to be the most competent person to go achieve your goal. You just have to want it and just what's the word? God, I know what I want to say, it's just not coming. Identify yourself with it. There it is. That's what I meant to say. Like, that's all you need. Because how can you be competent at something if you've never done it? He pokes my side. Shut up. Go away.
なんでチャンスじゃん。起こしてやったんだろ。
ジュースぐらいならいいですけど。
Oh my god, Furukawa, don't. Oh, sorry, Nagisa. I keep calling her Furukawa because they keep, you know, calling each other on their last name, which is like normal for Japanese people, but yeah. My mind is kind of like needs to switch from one mode to the other. Furukawa replies to us after watching our
レッ
whispering.
キー。
何がいいですか？お茶でいいですか？
透明色のコーク。あれ面白いしいんだよね。
Are you a child or something?
わかりました。
She actually seems to enjoy the idea of buying someone a drink.
岡崎さんもいりますか？
No
わ
way.
かりました。
Furukawa then walks off toward the vending machine.
岡崎さんなんであの子お前の名前知ってるの？
Beats me.
ふーん。
As soon as she gets the can, she comes running back to us.
買ってきました。どうぞ。
うん、サンキュー。
Snohara takes it, cracking it open on the spot a second later. Just hurry up and get out of here. He starts chugging the drink wildly like a man dying of thirst.
私、古川渚と言います。岡崎さんにはいつもお世話になってます。
Furukawa begins to introduce herself without any prompting.
岡崎さんのお友達の方ですよね。私、その演劇部を作ろうと思いまして、それで手伝ってもらってます。でも岡崎さんは部員ではないです。私だけです。私、部長なんです。
She's telling him everything.
マジ
Yep, that's right. I have no choice but to come clean.
昨日放課後見ないと思ったらこれね。
He makes an unpleasant
し
giggle.
かも演劇部ね。また部活なんて忌まわしいものに興味を持つなんて驚いたよ。お前部活してる連中なんて吐き気がするほど嫌いだと思ってたんだけど。
Furukawa looks my way. I suddenly feel the impulse to punch Sunohara right in his stupid mouth. That's how much I wish he wouldn't talk about this.
それが最初に僕らが意気投合したところじゃん。
Yeah. Sunohara is also like... He is bottling up some of his own frustrations through those kind of feelings of like, oh, people who are in club are like not... Club activities are disgusting and like looking down on people who do club activities and all of that. But you were in a club, you were just kicked out because you messed up. And you are salty about that, so then you're acting like this.
そんな怖い顔すんなって。とりあえず炭酸で腹も膨れたし、僕は寮に戻るかな。
Sunohara tosses the can into the trash, then walks off looking satisfied.
岡崎さん、今お友達が言っていたことって。
I knew she'd be the kind of person who'd let that affect her. I was on the basketball team in middle school. I was on the varsity squad, but I got in a big fight with my father right before my last game. And I ended up injured, so I couldn't play. I quit after that. Why am I telling her my life story like this? I mean, just how badly do I want to tell Furukawa my sob story of a life? What, do I want her validation or something?
なら、手助けしたいです。
I'm not surprised to hear those
ま
words.
た、学校生活に希望を持てるように。この、私のように。
She hides her face. She must be blushing. She probably wants to add thanks to you. I only now realize how masochistic my confession was. I never wanted her to touch that scar. I can feel my face getting red. I see. It'd be nice if that could happen. So I look up at the sky. It shines silver beyond the roofs of the town's buildings. I wait for the wind to blow on my face and cool me down. 3 years ago. Life at school was going great for me. I was captain of the basketball team. Because of my athletics, I pretty much had any and every high school open to me to choose from. So the plan was to pick a good one and keep playing basketball once I got there. But that path was suddenly cut off. It was because of the fight I had with my father. It started over my appearance, or maybe it was how my shoes were messy by the front door. Either way, it was something stupid like that. Regardless, we started shoving each other, which eventually escalated things into a fight. Then I hit my right shoulder against the wall. No matter how intense the pain got, I stayed stubborn. I just shut myself in my room, refusing to do anything about it. By the time I did go to a doctor, it was already too late. I'd never be able to raise my arm above my shoulder again. The sky is overcast. My mood drops like an anvil out of a third-floor window. Maybe it's the weather's fault. I hear the sound of approaching footsteps.
岡崎さん、おはようございます。
Furukawa naturally walks up by my side. Yeah, morning. Those are the only words I say to her before falling silent.
岡崎さん、一つ提案です。
When we get to the bottom of the hill, Furukawa starts to talk. What is it?
今日の放課後はバスケをしましょう。
What? Who's this we?
岡崎さんと私の二人です。
Huh?
放課後、グラウンドで待ってます。私、バスケットボール持って待ってます。
What a foolish idea. What are you, stupid?
私、これでも運動神経いいんです。
That's not what I
下
meant.
投げならシュートだって打てます。ドリブルも立ったままならできます。
That would make you unathletic.
あれ？そうなんですか？
Yeah. So don't bother, you're not cut out for it. Just focus on the drama club.
でも岡崎さんにも知ってほしいです。
No,
一
what?
生懸命になれることです。
A concept that's further removed from my life than just about anything else I can think of. The idea of working hard towards something seems unimaginable to me after what I've gone through. Which one of us here ended up with a whole lot of nothing to show for all of their efforts? The thought makes me sick. If you want to play, go play on your own.
いえ、二人がいいです。
I'm going straight home today, alright? After telling her that, I head to my class. I don't see Sunohara. He'll probably show up late like he always does. When first period ends, Sunohara appears with bloodshot eyes.
よし、友よにドロンジョだ。
Okay, we've seen this. 19 April 19th. I think it's have him stop it already. Yes. Okay. Button. Okay, through the window, I look up at the clouds in the sky. I wonder if Furukawa is waiting on the ground somewhere, a basketball held to her chest. I don't see anything like that from here, so I just keep staring into the grey abyss above, hoping that it doesn't rain. It's the least I could pray for.
岡崎、
Just then someone calls my name. I look around and it's Tomoyo.
本当にやめさせてくれたんだな。今日は何もなかった。
Yeah, things will be alright from now on. Because it's already been proven that you're the stronger one. I wonder how she would respond if I said something like that.
助かったぞ。でも、あれだけ賑やかだったからな。寂しくも感じた。
Why is that? I mean, you have friends of your own,
も
right?
ちろんいる。みんないい奴らだ。あいつらを悪く言うつもりはない。けど、少し上品だな。お前たちはバカでいい。
Is that supposed to be a compliment? Didn't you come to this school in order to become refined like the rest of them? You probably should just ignore people like us.
もう関わってしまったじゃないか。
Despite us being bad people?
嫌な奴でもだ。挨拶ぐらいはする。ああ、ちなみに嫌ってなんかいないぞ。
You mean towards
い
Sunohara?
や、まあ、あいつもだ。
You sure are big-hearted.
うん、そうだ。広いぞ。母性愛に満ち溢れているんだ。
Motherly love.
これは実に女の子らしいと思わないか？
Girl? No, it's more like old womanish.
失礼だな。年下だ。
Ah, you're right, I'd forgotten. Aww, you like Tomoyo. Aww. Sorry.
なんか不服そうだな。
No.
話はここまでだ。今日はクラスメートの奴らと帰るんだった。待たせたら悪い。
Yeah, you should get going.
厄介払いをするようだな。もっと名残惜しそうに見送れ。
In that case, please don't go.
そう言ってもらえると嬉しいが、残念だな。約束は守る。じゃあな。
She turns and walks away gallantly. I head in the opposite direction towards the school's entrance. I see Furukawa there. Saber's voice. Wait, really? Okay, I'll check that. She's standing motionless, waiting as she holds a ball to her chest. I don't want to tell her the reason why I quit playing basketball, but she'll probably keep trying to get me to play until she hears it. Ah, what a bad situation to be in. She'll probably go home once it gets dark though. I hide inside the crowd of other students who don't participate in after-school activities before leaving school. The door opens with a click.
うわ、誰かいる。
Welcome back!
お前ね、勝手に人の部屋に上がり込むな。びっくりするだろ。
Next time I wait for you, I'll do my best corpse impression.
怖えよ。
Sunohara closes the door and takes off his jacket.
たく、 みっちり絞られたよ。ちなみに次はお前な。お前実家こっちなんだから訪問されるぞ。
Are you serious?
まだ進学させる気でいるからね。
You think they'll let you go to university? Ha, no way. I have read fully the first route. I then went, like, I don't know, a quarter or something through Unlimited Blade Works. But then stuff happened and I didn't have time to finish it and I just, like, never got back to it. But I have watched the original Fate Stay Night adaptation, then Fate Zero, then the Unlimited Blade Works adaptation. And recently I rewatched them together with my boyfriend now. The very first one made by Dean and then Fate Zero. And we're gonna get into Unlimited Blade Works a bit later. So I am quite familiar with Saber's voice and I have her in my mind recently. It's just, I didn't connect it to Tomoyo because, I don't know, I guess the actress just does different things with the characters. It just, huh. I just didn't immediately connect it. My throat is so dry, wow, sorry. Ah.
お前もだよ。ああ、やっぱ降ってきたな。
Snohara looks up at the sky through his
こ
window.
れじゃどこにも行けないじゃん。昼間っから男と部屋で二人きりなんてな。
If you don't like it, then leave.
僕の部屋でしょ。
Well, it's better than being alone, isn't it? Like the guts on Tomoe had to tell him, well, if you don't like it in your own room, maybe you can leave.
まあね。
Right? That's why the two of us should play a crazy game. We'll run totally naked through the rain. When you lose in rock, paper, scissors, you have to strip and run through the rain. You'll be infamous.
負けた篠原って負けた岡崎は？
Alright, here goes. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
よし勝った。
Damn it. Okay, once more. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
よっしゃ2連勝。
No, I don't know anything about Heaven's Feel. I've heard things, but I've kind of kept myself away from, like, serious plot points. I was kind of waiting for UFO Table to be finished with the movies, which I haven't checked on lately, so I'm not 100% sure where they are with it. Yeah. So I'm not familiar with what happens there much. I mean, I know it's about Sakura, but most of the details are fuzzy on me and I prefer them that way, so that when I actually do get to do it, I'm gonna, you know, go into it without knowing too much and just, I don't know, take it as it is. They've cut way too much from the movies. Okay. Yeah, I do want to get back to reading it. It's just, it's such a long novel. And I don't know, for a while my free time has just been the stream and then a couple of other things that I do here and there. I just, like, yeah, haven't really sat down to do it, that's all. I intend to. And usually when I get back to things, I get back to them and finish them, so I'll get there. But yeah, thanks for the recommendation. I'm pretty sure this, like, bumps it up a little bit in the backlog of things that I need to do and get through. So hurry up and lose, I want you there running. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
どうだ3連勝って僕が走るまでじゃんけんを続けるだけのゲームなんすかね。
Pretty much.
それって絶対いじめっすよね。
The two of us are sprawled out on Snohara's floor just reading magazines. I can tell by the sound of the rain that it's coming down harder now.
こりゃ外の部活は全部休みだね。ラグビー部戻ってくるかも。頼むからおとなしくしててくれよ。
There's no way she'd be waiting in this rain, right? Who are you talking about? Like, remember who you're talking about. Yes, of course she would. Standing out in the rain this heavy would be awful after all. Go check on her and stay. April 19th. I don't have an option. Or, like, I don't have a suggestion of what to do here. So I guess it doesn't matter what I do for Fuuko's route. And so I'll just go check on her. I'm heading out. I stand up.
え、裸で雨の中走ってくんの？
Where did Tsunohara come up with that? What? Fuck, man. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Minus the naked part. I borrow one of the dorm's umbrellas and take off running in the rain. Furukawa. Furukawa is waiting there, still clutching the ball to her chest. She's drenched without so much as an umbrella. What are you, stupid? I rush over to her.
岡崎さん、よかったです。来てくれました。
How long have you been waiting here? You're soaked.
借り物だったのに、ちゃんと拭いて返さないとダメですね。
She looks down at the ball she's holding. The ball isn't gonna catch a cold. You need to be worried about yourself. Here, I'll let you borrow this umbrella. Just hurry up and get back home. I hold out the umbrella. Large raindrops start falling on my head.
バスケしましょう。
How can we play on a court that's this wet?
無理でしょうか。
That's right. Now be a good girl and go home.
なら、シュートだけ見せてください。私、見たいです。バスケ部だった人のシュートって間近で見たことないんです。私なんかと違って下投げじゃないんですよね。こうかっこよく構えて打つんですよね。だから見たいです。お願いします。
She pushes the ball into my chest. Am I really going to have to show her after all? I throw the umbrella to the ground and take the ball. How many years has it been since I've held one of these? I slowly turn around to face the basketball court, now covered in rain. Yeah. I just have to show her. Once I do, she'll be happy. I try to hold the ball above my shoulders, but as I go to, it spills from my hand. It falls to the wet ground and splashes mud everywhere. I pick it up and try to lift it above my shoulders once more, but despite my efforts, my arms lower themselves again. Powerless. I toss the ball to the ground. Furukawa is dumbfounded. She doesn't seem to understand what's going on at all. Hey, Furukawa.
はい。
I can't do it.
はい。
As you can see, I can't shoot a basketball. I can't lift my shoulders up. I got hurt once, and ever since then. What must she be thinking right now? She just gazes at the ball as it sits on the ground. She must be regretting her own conceited kindness right now. You don't throw it underhanded like I do, right? I bet you look really cool when you do it. The remarks she made to me, someone who can't move his shoulders, must be spinning around in her mind right now.
すみません。知らなかったです。私、やっぱりバカです。ごめんなさい。
Just before she turns around to leave, I notice that she's crying. I can see her trembling cheeks. Furukawa runs off holding the still muddy ball. I assume she'll head home now, but she'll probably be feeling depressed. I was too harsh when I confronted her with the truth. What should I say to her the next time we see each other?
お前マジでびしょ濡れじゃん。
Yeah, because I went running out there. Phew.
濡れたまま入ってくるな。ほらタオル。
Thanks. Ew, this reeks.
嘘つけん。ちゃんと洗ってあるっての。
Oh, well, I'll admit I let my biases get in the way there.
ドライヤー使うなら風呂場な。
Okay. Once everything comes, I find myself in the rain once again, this time in search of dinner. I'm actually under an umbrella unlike before. Bread. I doubt I'd be able to make dinner out of it, but I just wanted to know whether she's actually home or not. I can't tell from where I'm standing. I guess I'll buy dinner somewhere else. I'd go inside. I guess I'll go buy dinner somewhere else and then I go inside. Aren't those like kind of contradicting thoughts / actions? Like what? Big Bang Yamamoto? Where does this come from? He seems to now call me by only a strange stage name. It's Okazaki.
ああ、そうだったな。そんなウジ虫のような名前だったな。で、どうした？客か？今日は客なんだな。早苗のパンを買っていくんだな。売れ残りすべてを買っていくんだな。ほら、金出せ。たっぷり持ってんだろう。最近の親は甘いからな。ほら、ジャンプしてみ。
Oh, Akio-san. He's like the schoolyard bully shaking down an elementary school student. I'm not a customer. Did Furukawa come home?
古川は俺だ。秋夫様と呼べ。
No, I'm talking about your daughter.
なんだ、渚か。渚になんか用か。そんじゃねえぞてめえ。切っちまうぞ。
Is she back yet or not?
それは教えられねえな。どうだ、パンを買うか？買うなら教えてやろう。
あら、グランドクロス岡崎さん。
Close. She got the Okazaki part right. It's just Okazaki.
ごめんなさい、岡崎さん。
Is Nagisa home?
いいえ、今日はまだです。
さなえ、簡単に口を割るんじゃねえよ。
どうしてですか？
いや、それはだな。
Pops here was trying to make me buy your bread in exchange for that information. Seems like he can't he can't sell any unless he does something shady like that.
本当ですか、秋夫さん。
違うぞ、さなえ。
私のパンは、私のパンは。
She starts to sniffle.
カーパンのお荷物だったんですね。
She darts off.
さなえ。くそー。
Furukawa's dad starts stuffing leftover bread into his mouth and then
俺は大好きだー。
he follows after her screaming all the way. I personally really love that. I really love that. It's so cute. I just stare at the scene like an idiot. I have something else I need to be doing. Furukawa isn't back yet. This is a serious situation. I go back outside. I hear a voice from behind me.
待ってください。宇宙と書いて岡崎さん。
Nagisa wrote sometimes not bad. Alright. My name is both written and pronounced Okazaki, you
あ
realize.
の子、学校にもいないんですか？
I saw her leave for here, but I don't know where she went after that.
遅すぎますか？
I have a feeling it is.
だったら私も探しに行きます。
What about the store?
秋夫さんがいますから。
I have a feeling the store would be better off unattended if he is your alternative. Then I'll search the road to school and
早苗です。
Right, then Sanae-san, you check anywhere you think she might go.
わかりました。
Sanae-san puts up her own umbrella and rushes into the rain. After I see her run off, I start retracing the path I took to get here. I see a small umbrella flapping about around the edge of the road. I head toward the same side of the road and realize that it's a child about elementary school age. Could he be looking for something? I pass by and head to school. The place is deserted. I've searched all around the club rooms and the courtyard, but Furukawa is nowhere to be found. I trudge along. I'm out of places to search. All I can do now is hope that Sanae-san comes up with something. I see the small umbrella again, still in the same place. I stop and stare for a while. Suddenly, I hear the whimper of an animal close to my ears. Caught by surprise, I look beside me to find a puppy on top of the wall. It's soaked and shaking. It probably can't get down. I reach out and hold it up. It has a collar on. I see, I think. As the child approaches me, I hold out the puppy. Is this what you were looking for? The child glances up and quickly breaks into a
よか
smile.
った。どこにいたの？
Over there. I apathetically point toward the wall, then start to leave.
あ、待って。
He calls out for me to stop. To thank me? I don't even care about that, it's a pain. I decide to ignore the words.
お姉ちゃん知らない？
But his wording makes me turn around. Who are you talking
お
about?
姉ちゃん、こいつ探すの手伝ってくれてるの。
Are you talking about your sister? Your own sister?
うん、知らない人。でも、一緒に探してくれるって。
Was she wearing a school uniform?
多分。
Which way did she go?
わからない。でも見つけたらね、ここに戻ってくるって。
I see.
どうしよう。
He sounds worried as he pats the puppy's head. You oughta go home. It's late, your parents are probably worried. You'll catch a cold if you stay in the rain any longer. The same goes for that dog.
でも
I'll thank her for you, so get going.
本当に？
Yep.
ありがとうって絶対に言ってよね。
Yeah, leave it to me.
じゃあね。
Yeah, be careful not to slip. I can hear the splish splash of the child's footsteps as he runs off. What an innocent kid. Alright then. When is she going to give up and come back? My only option is to wait. How long has it been by now? Just as my wet hands start to feel numb and achy, I see the silhouette of someone hurrying toward me, no umbrella in hand.
やっと見つかりました。元気です。あ、冷たい。
Furukawa comes back holding an animal to her
この
chest.
子で合ってますか？
Looking at what she's holding, that's... It's Bota! Not it!
岡崎さん。
She seems to have finally realized that it's me, not the kid who's waiting for
こ
her.
こに小さな子供いなかったですか？
There was. I made him go ahead and head home because it was getting late.
じゃあこれ届けないと心配してます。
He found his dog. He went home resting easy.
じゃあこの子は何なんですか？
You took the words out of my mouth.
でもこの子ガードレールの下で震えてたんです。
Well, that's definitely not a dog.
そうですか。
She stoops forward, her hands on her knees. She grasps the wild piglet in her arms even harder.
本当にバカです。はい、
She lets out a cough. Are you okay?
大丈夫です。
She kneels next. You really are an idiot. Let's go. I pull her up by her shoulders. Hey, anyone home? Furukawa's home is abandoned. What is that dad of hers doing? He's even abandoned his store duty. I decide to enter so that I can get Furukawa to a place where she can sleep. Actually, if she went straight to sleep, she'd definitely catch a cold. Her entire body is drenched. Her clothes must be wet down to her underwear. But it's not like I could change her clothes for her.
戻りました。
That's when I hear Sanae-san's voice. I'm saved.
岡崎さん。
I found her. She's soaked, so please have her change clothes.
はい、わかりました。
I leave the rest in her hands and start to leave. It would be improper for me to stay any longer. I step down from the hallway to the entryway.
いらっしゃい。なんだ、てめえか。
てめえか。Furukawa's dad is there.
つうか、廊下から降りてきて客も何もねえな。アホか俺は。とっとと帰れ。今日はもうやる気がしねえから閉める。
Beads of water are still dripping from his bangs as he yells at me. The cigarette in his mouth has been put out too.
今日もクソ残っちまったな。持って帰るか、小僧。
I don't want them, old man. I make sure to stress the old man to get back at him for calling me kid.
愛想のねえやつだな。おう、帰れ帰れ。
Yep. I take the umbrella up to the entrance and step outside under the overhang.
おい、小僧。
He's probably going to make another weird departing threat. I ignore him. I feel like the last thing I hear through the sound of the rain are a few words. Accredited. Aww. Yep. I am going to save here. And we're gonna let it be. It is getting quite late for me and also my throat hurts. I guess I've been speaking quite a bit today and also reading this during the stream, so I need to rest right now. But this has been fun. I didn't know that a big chunk of Fuuko's route is overlaid with Nagisa's route. So this is fun, but I want to get to the Fuuko part, to be honest. Like, give me my little cutie pie. You know. We didn't even leave Nagisa's route for Fuuko's today. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. it is what it is. We'll keep going, but not next week, because next week I'm off. I'm not gonna be in town, so I cannot stream. We will pick it up in 2 weeks from now. Sorry to leave you hanging on that. It is what it is, I guess. Oh, I need some. Yep. Thank you for being there, Beatrice. I hope this was enjoyable. Yeah, hope to see you again next time if you have the chance to pass by the stream. It's always very, very fun to share the moments in the visual novel with you and see your reactions and stuff. Yeah. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you all, guys. Thanks for being there. Hope I made for good background noise. Take care. I'll see you again Thursday with some Skyward Sword, and I hope your week progresses nicely and fruitfully. That's what I meant. Yep. Take care. Good night. Bye bye.